Hello and welcome to Module 4.2, Copy Personality. How to sweeten your copy with some much needed personality. Easy to read copy is essential to communicate persuasively with your ideal customers. Since your copy is a direct reflection of your brand message, your copy should also reflect the personality of your brand. So in this module, I'll be showing you how to sweeten the writing on your website, your social media updates, your promotional literature with some much needed personality without sacrificing professionalism. So what you'll discover in this module, the problem most people have when writing for their business, why copy lacking in personality is bad for business, examples of how to make your writing pop with personality, the action figure method, which is a way to vocalize your most unique personality traits through your copy. And finally, how to use special effects in your copy for more impact. So let's play a little game. Spot the professional. Can you tell who's the most professional just by looking at the picture? The fact is, they're all professional. They're all professionals. So why is it that when you read the about section on the websites of each of these business people, they're always trying to sound like this guy or this guy? Now, the problem most business people have when writing is that they only ever learn to write in an academic setting. And when they do, everything sounds like it's written from an academic perspective. Basically, it's your English teacher's fault. I bet when you were writing a letter or an email, you're afraid that if you write how you really speak, you'll be judged as less intelligent or less professional, right? You've got to focus on language that's appropriate for your audience and your brand voice. While there's a time and a place for being formal, when it comes to writing copy for your business, you've got to make sure your brand voice comes through in all your communication, especially your copy. It's easy to find copy that has no personality. It's in the blogs you skip through because it looks too exhausting to read. And sadly, it's on the websites of many well-intentioned business owners who just want to put their best foot forward. Their copy is dry, stiff, and robotic, but in their minds, they're just trying to maintain a professional image. Here's a shocking fact. Boring, stiff copy will stop your sales dead in their tracks. Light, fluffy, easy to read copy that's relevant to your audience, that actually sounds like you or matches your brand's persona is the best way to make an impression on your reader, holding their attention and warming them up to pick up the phone, get their wallet out, and to do business with you. Now here's the secret. Writing that has personality pops out at you and just can't be ignored. While proper grammar, spelling, punctuation, etc. are always going to be important as standard, by no means do you need to sound like a credit card agreement or a university dissertation. It's rather strange that people can have the most amazing product or service, the most beautiful designed website, marketing materials, but when you actually read what's on there, it just doesn't match up to the persona or the brand behind the copy. Just doesn't match up. So the key takeaway is, don't confuse formal with professional. If your brand voice is formal, then by all means sound formal. But if your brand voice is more casual, then your vocabulary needs to be more casual too. It's all got to match. This doesn't mean using slang words, bad grammar, or incorrect spelling. That's not the case at all. The point is that professional doesn't need to mean formal. By adding a few simple tweaks and edits, you'll be able to write in a way that sounds true to you and your brand without alienating your customers or making them feel stupid. Let's look at the first thing. Number 1, using contractions. So to loosen up your copy, you can start adding what we call contractions. A contraction is a shortened form of one or two words where an apostrophe takes the place of the missing letter or letters. So for example, without a contraction, in this module, you will learn why you do not need to sound robotic. So if we add a contraction to that, it's now, in this module, you'll learn why you don't need to sound robotic. See the difference? So just by adding a few apostrophes here and there, we loosen up the copy to make it sound more natural and more conversational, which is exactly what you want if you want your reader to connect with you. Let's look at some more examples. So instead of you will, you change that to you'll. Instead of let us, it's let's. Instead of it is, it's. Instead of they will, you can write that as they'll. Instead of that is, we can write that's. Number 2, let's talk about the action figure method. Now, if you were to send the contents of your about page to a close family or friend, could they tell that you wrote it? When writing copy for your business, you might be tempted to look at your competitors or other businesses in your industry for inspiration on what to write. But the problem is you can end up sounding like them instead of you. One method that will ensure that your copy is more authentic and actually sounds like you is what I call the action figure method. Signature words and phrases. Imagine if you had an action figure of you, and when you pressed the button, it would say 3 different phrases that were unique to you. What phrases would your action figure say? Take a moment to think about this, or ask somebody who knows you really well, and they'll know funny or quirky phrases or idioms that you habitually use that they most associate with you. Those are your signature words and phrases that you can sprinkle into your copy so that whenever you write a piece of content, it's authentically you and your copy takes on a life of its own. When you sprinkle a little bit of personality in your copy, you start to build a foundation for familiarity so that every time a reader sees a certain words or phrase, they think of you. That's your thing, and those are the words that are your special ad-libs that are unique only to you. Number 3, use special effects. You can add an extra sprinkle of personality to your words by using some special effects. Parentheses, which are used in a pair like this, allow you, the writer, to insert an explanation, side note, remark, or afterthought into your copy. It's also a good way to inject humor, excitement, or other feeling into your message. So, for example, I ate 1 too many cakes at the party last night. Sigh, I'm so greedy. Or you can learn to build a brand the easy way with this course. Do you see what we did there? So inside the parenthesis, it's the side note or the side remark for effect. Let's talk formatting. Now, the second way we can add special effects to our copy is to use formatting to make specific words stand out either by making them bold or italic. When you make a part of your text bold, you can emphasize key points that you want to appear more important, especially if they are scan reading. You can use the italic feature to give a particular word a sense of movement also. So just to review, using these tactics make it easy to inject personality and wit into your writing. It makes for much more interesting and flavoursome copy, which will delight and engage your customer, make your business communication a little more conversational, if that's your style, of course. See what I did there? Hope you got tons of value from this module. You've successfully completed module 4.2, and I will see you in the next module. Bye for now.